As a constitutional law attorney, former senior legal advisor and personal counsel to President Donald J. Trump, Jenna Ellis believes in the rule of law and the importance of integrity in our elections. And she's ready to tackle the big cultural and legal issues facing America. This is the Jenna Ellis Show. Here is your host, Jenna Ellis.
Happy Tuesday, friends, and I'm Jenna Ellis, and so excited to have my good friend Shawn Farash, who's one of my favorite people on Twitter, and you know him as the Donald Trump impersonator. I want to show you two of my favorite, all-time favorite clips from him, but first, let's talk about legacy precious metals, because friends, last year, your dollar lost a ton of value. Inflation rose by almost 7% in just 1 month towards the end of the year. That means in 30 days, your dollar became 93 cents. Almost sounds like the dollar is identifying as a woman, maybe. I don't know. Inflation, though, is a silent killer. It's a hidden tax felt by everyone, and this administration is only making it worse. Inflation is not slowing down, it's escalating very quickly. And gold provides a hedge against inflation that can protect your family's wealth. So Legacy Precious Metals is the company that I trust for investing in gold and silver. You have to take this seriously, friends, because oil prices are rising, we have a supply chain issue, and all of this is going to compound as our inflation problems grow. So you can trust Legacy Precious Metals because they give you unbiased counsel based on your personal situation. So it's time to be proactive for your retirement health before you regret it, and so take steps now to protect yourself. Call Legacy Precious Metals today. They can advise you on all of your options, whether that's rolling your existing retirement account into a gold-backed IRA or whether that's holding physical metals directly in your home. So call Legacy Precious Metals today at 866-528-1903. That's 866-528-1903, or visit them online at legacypminvestments.com and download their free investor's guide. Okay, so Shawn Farash, my favorite Trump impersonator, and I think he's actually the best one out there. Two of my favorite videos, the first one that I ever saw was the Trump GPS, where he's sitting here as if he's the GPS, and I actually wish that I could have my car download the Trump GPS, because it would be so much more entertaining and delightful to be going around having Trump navigate for you. This would be amazing, but listen to this.
In a quarter mile, you're going to make a left, okay? We're talking about a left onto Sawtell Boulevard, a wonderful street. I built it with my own two hands, a beautiful street. I know a lot about it. Nobody knows Sawtell like I know Sawtell. You're going to make a left, and if you reach Bernie Sanders, you've gone too far left, okay? If you reach Bernie, you've gone too far. In 3 big, beautiful quarters of a mile, we're going to make a U-turn, okay? We're going to make a U-turn, turn around, or as Jen Psaki likes to say, we're going to circle back, okay? We're going to make the U-turn, the greatest U-turn the world has ever seen at Corpus Christi Drive, and we're going to turn it around faster than the world has ever seen. We're rerouting, or as I like to call it, lost, okay? We've got no clue where we are. We are more lost than a liberal after reading the Constitution. We're more lost than Sleepy Joe after leaving his basement, but we're going to get there soon.
Okay, those are just so funny. And my other favorite one that is more recent is the Arby's drive-thru. So he's actually in a real drive-thru lane at Arby's, and you gotta wonder, what are these people thinking? Are they going, wait a second, this voice sounds vaguely familiar, the phrasing, I don't know. I'm gonna ask him about it, but listen to this.
Yes, I was told you have the meats, okay? So what we're looking for is a brisket, bacon, and beef dip. Big, beautiful sandwich.
Okay, just the sandwich?
No, the combination, as a matter of fact. They call it a combo. You want that with a Dr. Pepper.
Okay, small, medium, or large for the fries and the drink.
We're talking about large. I call it huge. It sounds a lot better, yes. And a Dr. Pepper. We like Dr. Pepper more than Dr. Fauci.
Okay, just the one meal with a large Dr. Pepper and a large fry, $16.19.
And I'm sorry, we'd like a side of horsey sauce.
We're actually out of horsey sauce until through their
What a shame. Their shell's mine. Okay, well, no problem. We'll see you at the window.
Alrighty.
Thank you.
These impersonations are so funny. So definitely follow Shawn Farash. And he also has a website that is CaptainDeplorable45.com, where you can go and listen to all of his great videos and go to his TikTok. And he is going to join me coming up. But first, by now, you have heard me talk all about MyPillow, and Mike Lindell has done it again with his My Slippers, which, by the way, I'm wearing right now. I love them. Mike has taken over 2 years to develop and design to wear outdoor and indoor and all day long. So they're made with MyPillow foam and impact gel to prevent fatigue. They're made with quality leather suede, and for a limited time, Mike is offering 50% off of My Slippers. So My Slippers are so comfortable, you will want to get some for the whole family. Might be on my Christmas list this year. So go to mypillow.com and click on the radio listener square, and you can use promo code Jenna, that's Jenna. You will also get deep discounts on all MyPillow products, including some overstock products such as the individual towels, blankets, comforters, so much more. You can call 1-800-564-8475 or go to mypillow.com, but make sure you use the promo code Jenna, that's Jenna. So joining me now is my very good friend, Shawn Farash, who you know as the Donald Trump impersonator. And Shawn, I'm so excited to finally talk to you because we FaceTimed a couple times, but never actually met in person. So I think we need to remedy that soon.
Yes, hopefully you're down at CPAC. We're going to be down there for the whole week. We'll have a nice setup down there too, so we hope to see you down there. But it is good to be with you. Thanks for having me on your show. I know the show's been wildly successful. A lot of people tell me it's, quite frankly, one of the greatest podcasts in the history of the industry when you think about it. Highly talented Jenna Ellis. She's fantastic, believe me.
Well, thank you, Mr. President. It's always great to hear such high praise from you. And, I hope that you and Shawn will be at CPAC. I hear that both of you are coming. So, that's going to draw a lot of really great patriots there, and it'll be great to see you. And, Shawn, your impersonations have been just absolutely spot on and hilarious, and you have such a great intonation of the president. And obviously, as someone who knows him very personally, when I first saw you, and I think the first one I saw was the GPS, which is one of my favorites, and I thought this is literally sounds like Donald Trump. So for people who don't know your story, how did you come to find out, or just even try to impersonate Donald Trump, and come to find out that you could do this so spot on?
Well, I was bowling with one of the companies I'd worked for. They were bowling, and someone threw a strike, and I went, that was the greatest strike I think the world has ever seen. The pins were going everywhere, and someone comes up to me, no, that sounded like Trump. And I was just messing around, because truthfully, and this is something I'm not afraid to say, is I had not always been a Trump supporter from the beginning. It took me a while to warm up to him because he was a shock to the whole political system, right? So he was a lot to take in. But once you took it in, I was like, this is the best. He's calling her crooked Hillary, all this other stuff. But I did that at the bowling thing. And then a couple weeks later, there were the Republican debates. And so they had the drinking game for the Republican debates. And I didn't participate in it, but I did see like the little bingo boards or whatnot that you had to put out there. And it was all Trump's phrases. And every time he said, believe me, or honestly, or quite frankly, or one of his crutch words, right, you would have to take a drink. So I sat there and went, wow, this is a whole list of what he normally says. So if I could learn these words, I could probably learn how to talk like him. And that's exactly what happened, And then so big, beautiful wall. We're going to build a wall. We're going to make America great again. All the words that he normally says, you just say it over and over and over. And then the next thing is you're blurting out McDonald's orders, and and people are laughing about it. And that's kind of how it turned out.
Yeah, and it's so true. I mean, one of my other favorites that we just played, as well as the Arby's order, and that one, the special sauce, that was just hilarious. And so as you're going through now, you've interacted with actual people, who don't know that this isn't Donald Trump, but they also are kind of maybe confused. Have you ever had somebody that you're interacting with as you're making one of these videos stop and kind of go, wait a second, this sounds like Trump? Or how do they react?
Yeah, so the drive-throughs, not so much, because the drive-throughs are usually like, and I don't mean to stereotype or anything, but they said, a 17 to 20 some odd year old kid, just working, making a few bucks while he or she's going to school, whatever. And they may not be fans of Trump. So that's number one. You got to be careful, because they may alter, let's call it, the food. But the best ones that I've seen people kind of say is this who am I talking to, was on the phone, the scam calls. So when I get someone who calls me about an extended warranty, that's like, let's go. That's right in the wheelhouse. I'll get them on the phone for 5-10 minutes, just going through different things. I drive a presidential car. It's the Cadillac. It's called the Beast. It's bulletproof. You should say at 45 miles. I come up with all these ridiculous things to say, but it strings the conversation along. And then eventually, they ask what my address is, and then I'll do something like, it used to be 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Then they stole the election. Now I live in Mar-a-Lago. And they're like, wait a second, hold on, what? Right? And then it becomes a whole thing where it sounds like it, but could it really be? You know what I mean? And then eventually tell them, that's just not, stop scamming people and find something better to do with your time. And I hang up. But, or they hang up on me because I'm being ridiculous. But it's fun.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, that reaction was actually the first reaction that I had when the actual president first called me. I was like going, wait a second, this can't possibly be the president, Donald Trump. But he gets on the phone and he's like, Jenna, how's it going? And of course, I can't do the impersonation as well as you, but, he calls me out of the blue. And, I was on his advisory board and all this, but I'd never interacted with him personally. And he's like, Jenna, how's it going? I've seen you on TV. You have this big, beautiful title, constitutional law attorney. I love it. It's huge. I'm just like going, what? This is so amazing to talk to him. And it was some of those phrases. And it was totally Trump. And, we had like an hour conversation about the Constitution, a lot of other stuff. And, and he's just so engaging. And I think that's one of the things that has made him so wildly popular, because he does just communicate with people on a regular level. He's this amazing billionaire and so wildly successful, and then of course became the president. Yet he's a regular guy who likes McDonald's. He might actually go through the Arby's drive-through in the Beast. We wouldn't put that past him. So, it's so true. And Shawn, I appreciate you saying your story as well, as far as like not initially supporting him, because a lot of people, myself included, were that way as well, that, I've been engaged in the political scene, but to actually think, wait a second, is this a serious candidate? It did take a lot of conservatives a while. So, as you're looking at 2022, as you're looking at, maybe another presidential run for President Trump and all that, what do you see from the engagement level of, of your peers and of people just, who are now interacting with you on Twitter? Because you've become a very prolific voice, I think, in the conservative community.
Yeah, there's been a lot of people sharing. You shared my stuff a bunch, and that helps, and I really appreciate that. And everyone sends me screenshots. Jenna, Ellis, share your stuff. I said, I know, she's great. We've talked before. It's awesome. So, and everyone who's done that, just sharing it. I'm so happy that people are laughing, because at the same time, while they're laughing, I try to call attention to the important issues. The Klondike bar, for instance, I said, what would you do? That was back when Kamala wouldn't go to the border. So she would even go to the border for this ice cream, right? So, it's, and it brings attention to that. But, what I'm seeing, I run Loud Majority out here. You've met my friend Kevin. He runs it with me as well. And we run Loud Majority out here in Long Island. We're taking back New York. We're ready to elect a Republican governor. And it's going to be, we're seeing it happen at the educational level, right? With the parents, the moms, the same thing that was happening in Loudoun County. It's happening here on a much bigger extent, because the people have just had enough. Hochul keeps fighting back and forth. Our governor keeps fighting back and forth to put the mask on the kids. And so we're seeing a lot of engagement coming through on that front. More women are following us. More moms are following us, and they've woken up. There's just a different feeling among conservatives now than there ever has been. There's instead of it like, oh, I don't want to go out, there's like people asking for too much activism, too much to do. There are too many days in the week where people want to go out there and rally and protest and do that, like they're just itching for something. And so there's so much momentum that is building, not just here in New York, but nationally. Behind the idea that there is no reason for the silent majority, if we are the majority, to stay silent. If there's more of us than there are of them, I've been saying it for the last couple of years, why are we so afraid to speak up? Why are we waiting for people, and don't take it the wrong way, like Joe Rogan to fight our battles?
We should be fighting these battles already.
Yeah.
Yes, Joe Rogan can help us defend free speech, but like this is our country to defend. It's not just Joe Rogan's job. And so everybody's coming out. We've thrown rallies for President Trump when he was running in 2020. 10,000 cars, 55 miles long down Long Island in New York, in a blue state, loud majority. We call it loud majority. Our website, loudmajorityus.com. Check it out. I mean, because we're fun. Like we're not like this stuffy political blah blah blah. We throw tailgate parties at times. People are hanging out.
You're not the old crow, Mitch McConnell.
What's that? No, yeah, Mitch McConnell. No, we're not. We're not the old crow that the turtle. We're gonna take this up on the floor of this. Mitch McConnell. I'll work on that one. I don't know, but we're fun. We're a fun group, and we're seeing that start to transform and take over the party. We're like, people just Americans, right? The people who like the 4th of July barbecue, not necessarily a populist or like an America First conservative, just someone who loves this flag, right? And wants to have fun and live their life. Those are our friends now, right? They're everywhere. They're everywhere. Wow, it's okay to wave that flag? Yes, it is. Come with us. We're gonna have a great time. And we've grown exponentially. It's been in the winter. We're getting thousands of people outside of Department of Transportation because our governor, who's a terrible person. What do you think about? I call her Cuomo in a dress. Okay, she's Cuomo in a dress. Kathy Hochul. Well, she showed up here on Long Island. Okay, and we put 300, 400 people outside of that building in 2 hours' notice, and we're protesting peacefully. Nice, but it was great. People have had enough, and it's the winter. It was snowing. It was like 15 degrees. And there were 400 people outside of this building because we don't like the governor. So this state's ready to turn over. I think a lot of states in the U.S. are ready to turn over. And the loud majority is ready to take over, from a philosophy, right? Just an idea of stop being quiet. Just speak up. There's nothing to be afraid of. There are way more of us than there are them. So let's act together.
Yeah. And that's such an encouragement, I think, for regular people to just know, because people ask all the time, well, what can I do? Well, you can stand up and have a voice, and you can stand up and say, we're not going to take this anymore. And you're absolutely right, Shawn, that it doesn't just take somebody like a Joe Rogan. It shouldn't take someone like a Donald Trump to give us permission as conservatives to stand up and speak loudly what we know to be true, and that we as Americans have freedom. And so I think we are seeing a transformation and a resurgence in this country of people who genuinely love liberty. And we can debate, we can have different ideas. We don't all have to be the same. I mean, the left doesn't have the corner market on diversity. That's actually America, and that's the fabric of our country. And that's genuine conservatism, when we appreciate each other for our differences, and we don't judge people based on the color of their skin or their gender or their, gender identity, whatever that is. We don't have these identity politics. We just appreciate people for what their actual contributions are, and the fact that we're all human beings made in the image of God. And I think it's so fantastic that people like you are finding a voice and a platform to help other people just say, come on, let's all be Americans. And you've done this, I think, so brilliantly through comedy, because comedy is not something that conservatives genuinely do well, but we actually have more fun than anybody else. And so that has been one of the things that I think has been the brilliance of your platform, is that you're giving people something genuinely that's funny and to laugh at. And that's President Trump as well. When he has fun at these rallies. I mean, I've been to so many with him where it's fun for him. And it's like a gathering with him and 50,000 of his best friends, right? And that's what we can encourage people with. And your comedy of taking like the Klondike bar that you said, for example, and saying, let's weave in this very serious issue, but do it in a way that's comedic, actually resonates with people, I think.
Yeah, it's funny, right? Like, I'm sitting in my friend's truck. This is the story behind the Trump GPS. I'm sitting in my friend's truck, waiting to go in and get something to eat. And I go, you know what? I got an idea. Hang tight for 1 second. I started doing it, and it's make a left. And you hear people, you hit the railroad tracks, you gone too far left. You hit Bernie Sanders, you gone too far left. That's literally how it came about. 2 takes. I'm in shotgun seat in his truck. Boom. I had Kevin's ordering Taco Bell once, right? So I'm sitting at Taco Bell. He's hungry. I said, all right, fine, I'm going to order a taco. So I got 3 million views. He ate maybe spit. I don't know. Because the guy at the window wasn't a Trump fan, based off of his avatar on TikTok, which was a BLM logo. I don't know. But, but luckily I didn't eat that. But it is the comedy aspect of it. It's the aspect of we can all laugh, right? We can all laugh at
Joe Biden falling going up the stairs, calling it Stair Force One or the triple fall. We can all have, fun seeing. I go bare shelf hunting in the supermarket all the time, and when I find shelves, I put stuff on it. I spell out "Let's Go Brandon" or "No Plan Show" or whatnot. Make a video. We could all have fun doing it, and I think that's one of the things that we do a lot better than the left. Saturday Night Live tries to bring, to make people laugh, and there are things that they can do to make people laugh, but they only use one side's brand of humor, and the left's brand of humor isn't funny because you're not allowed to say anything. You can't say anything if you want to be funny on the left. SNL's not funny anymore. Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel, all these people aren't funny. You know who's funny? Gutfeld, right? Greg Gutfeld is funny. Mike Loftus is funny, right? Our people, Jim Brewer's funny. You know what I mean? Anthony Rodia is funny, right? That guy's hilarious on the internet, Long Island guy, right? Those people are hilarious. We have all the humor. We have all, because we have the freedom of speech to be funny. And I think that's going to win, in the day. I do these custom messages now, which is hilarious. People will sign up on the other website, I have CaptainDeplorable45.com, and they'll send over a request for a custom message. I'll send you one, don't worry. And you'll get one. It'll be a great one. We'll work it out. But
okay, it'll be the intro to my show. I'll be like, listen, this is President Trump.
Perfect. I'll give you one of those too, whatever you need. But I see all these stories. I get people who wish my husband a happy birthday and mention that he loves cutting wood and he stacked the wood around the backyard in a wall. Unbelievable. Great. I can work with that. Someone else sent me a thing, said, my friend's last name is Rosen something, but his nickname is Rosie. Oh my gosh, that's great. It's like and I get all these stories. I mean, 8, 9, 10 of them a day at this point, the last couple of weeks. And they're just stories upon stories upon stories. And it's great seeing all these people that just want to laugh and have fun, but they're on our side. Like, we're out there. There's so many of us out there. 22 is going to be epic. And 24, I mean, I think he's running again. I know he can't say anything, but it's also going to be epic. I think it's going to be, I can't wait for the whole thing, because we're about to come alive. Like we've never come alive, like we've never done before. And it's going to be really exciting. It's going to be great to see us take back our country.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really excited for it. And I think that the red wave is absolutely coming. And what people have seen over the last year with Biden and with, these insane lockdowns and these mandates and, the Cuomo in a skirt, which is a very apt description of Hochul. People are just tired of it. And they see that this is about control, not about the science. And people do want to laugh again. They want to have a lighthearted, fun America, because we're all sick of the depressing, the dark winter, as Joe Biden put it. It was like, we're wishing you a winter of, death and destruction, basically. I mean, it's just, people are sick of that, and they want to have the American dream. And that's amazing that you're giving them the opportunity to have these kinds of personal messages. Where can people go for that, again, if they want to have a personal message from you?
CaptainDeplorable45.com. All right, so Captain Deplorable is my TikTok name. 45, obviously, to pay homage to the greatest president ever.com, because that's where you go on the internet to find things, right? And then you can do it. There's all sorts of cool stuff on there, some merch or some ringtones and stuff. But the custom ones, they're my favorite, because I get to learn about people and the feedback I get. It was so funny. Sometimes they send videos of people's reactions. It's great. Somebody actually on a live stream had me call his wife to have her car registered. Okay, so I called up and I said, listen, I was told your car's sitting in front of the house. It's not registered. We love law and order, but we have to follow the law. You need to get the registration done. Then I, revealed it, because I don't want to ever say, I don't want to do that, fraud or anything like that. But he messages back, goes, wow, the car's getting registered tomorrow. So, hey, whatever you need, give me a call. I'll help you out. So it was so funny. This is the way that comes about. It really is. I love interacting with people. So go to that website, loudmajorityus.com too, for the activism and the movement to take back our country. Head over there, and let's interact and let's network and take back the country, because we have a great opportunity in 22 and an even better opportunity to follow through in 24 and pave the road to an American Renaissance. I think is coming.
Yeah, well, I think you're going to have to change your website to Captain Deplorable 45 and 47 pretty soon. So, based on the golf course.
Oh, I think so too. Yeah. You're right. I think so too.
Well, Shawn, and in just the last 2 minutes I have with you, so it was great the first time I got to FaceTime with you, because Kevin was actually there. So we were at the New York Young Republicans Club, and this guy comes up to me, who I didn't know at the time was Kevin. He's like, hey, Jenna, Ellis, great to meet you and everything. He goes, so I have somebody on FaceTime who wants to talk to you. and I had no idea who it was. And then you pop up and I was so excited. I felt like I was meeting a celebrity because I was like, oh my gosh, this is Shawn. And I've followed you for so long. And I think your impersonations are amazing. And your entire attitude of just being happy and being proud to be an American. I mean, that reflects not only the America First movement, but I think it reflects what our country is all about. And that was so much fun for me. And so even though, it was really loud in the event and everything, it was a lot of fun. And then got to see Kevin again at the Project Veritas event. So hopefully we will connect at CPAC. I will be there. So we'll have to make a video or something there, and people can stay tuned for that. But thanks so much for joining me, and I really appreciate everything that you're doing for this country. Stay strong, and I hope that you get your own show one day, and you should do this on comedy. Have another Gutfeld type of show. I think you'd be amazing at it. So that's something that I think anybody listening out there, hey, Joe Rogan, he should have you on.
Oh, I don't know. That'll be cool, though, I guess. We'll see what happens. But thanks a lot. I really appreciate everything. And, let's take it back. Let's win. Thanks a lot.
Legacy Precious Metals is the company that I trust to give you good and patient counsel for investing in your retirement. The Biden administration has caused a financial crisis, and they have no clue how to fix it. Oil prices have skyrocketed, and when oil prices go up, not only do your expenses go up, but the cost of transportation and shipping spikes, leading the prices of goods to rise. And we are already seeing record inflation. That's the last thing that we need. Our economy is in trouble, and you need to take steps to protect yourself. If all your money is tied up in stocks, bonds, and traditional markets, you may be vulnerable. So gold is one of the very best ways to protect your retirement. No matter what happens, you own your own gold. It's real, it's physical, and it's always been valuable since the dawn of time. Call Legacy Precious Metals today at 866-528-1903 or visit them online at legacypminvestments.com. That's legacypminvestments.com, where you can download the free investor's guide. You can also go to my Facebook page, Jenna Ellis. I am a public figure on Facebook, and I just posted yesterday a really great interview with the president of Legacy Precious Metals, who is discussing why you need to start your retirement account even if you're in your 20s or 30s. There is always a great time to protect your retirement and invest, just like you want to protect your health over the long term. So go to Legacy Precious Metals at legacypminvestments.com or call 866-528-1903. MyPillow is having their biggest sheet sale of the year. You all have helped build MyPillow into the amazing company that it is today. Now, Mike Lindell, the inventor and CEO, wants to give back exclusively to you, his listeners. The Percale bed sheet set is available in a variety of colors and sizes, and they are all on sale. So, for example, the queen size is regularly priced at $89.98, but is now only $39.98 with our listener promo code Jenna, Jenna. So order now, because when they're gone, they're gone. The Percale bed sheets are breathable and have a cool and crisp feel. These come with a 10-year warranty and a 60-day money-back guarantee, so don't miss out on this incredible offer. There's a limited supply, so be sure to order now. You can call 1-800-564-8475 and use the promo code Jenna, or go to mypillow.com/Jenna. You can click on the radio listeners square and use the promo code Jenna. That's Jenna. Thank you so much to all of Mike Lindell's listeners and listeners of this podcast for making sure to support MyPillow and using our exclusive listener promo code Jenna. That's Jenna.